Just watching the end of the Sixers game right here.
They get beat. Did they get beat?
Oh, they're losing by 7. It's the
Oh,
last game before the All-Star game.
Hey Payne, what's up? Long time no see.
Hey, Will, how you doing? Long time.
Good. Guess what? Guess what?
What?
Uh, I got a job interview tomorrow at
No way. That's
Jefferson
super
Einstein
exciting. Will,
Hospital.
congrats.
Jefferson
Where at?
Einstein, Jefferson Montgomery Einstein Hospital for
where at? Where you going to be going? Where's your interview at? Will,
is at Jefferson Einstein Hospital.
where what's the address they gave you?
Is the address is hold on, Charlie. Hold on.
Is it like Broad and Tabor?
It's in East Norton.
Oh, East North. Oh, okay. Okay.
That's so exciting, Will. Congratulations, my
Yeah,
friend.
that is, man.
That's awesome.
That's what. Yeah, that's great. Good for you, man. Good.
Basil,
Yeah.
you want to start the show, Basil?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Rocking with Rahul and the Three Amigos. The Eagles have won the Super Bowl. So this is our most exciting episode yet, just because of the fact that they won the Super Bowl and there will be a parade in 2 days down Broad Street and up to the Art Museum. And another reason it's an exciting show today is because we have a special guest named Peyton on our show.
Rieser.
Peyton Rieser.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on today. So exciting to be on Rock with Rahul and the Three Amigos.
Yeah.
Certainly have been anticipating the chance to get on here, so appreciate the invite today.
Yeah.
Under these great circumstances with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Be on the show.
Yeah, appreciate
yeah. We're on all cylinders now.
it.
Peyton, are you going? Are you going to the parade?
I do not think I'm going to have the opportunity to go this year, just with work. I did get the chance to go home and watch the game with family this past weekend, but unfortunately, I don't know that I'll be there Friday.
Yeah.
I will say I was there for the last parade, and certainly have some fond memories of that day and all the craziness that ensued. Kelsey's iconic speech, Chris Long's iconic Allen Iverson jersey and fur coat. So a lot of fun memories for sure. I'm jealous of everything going. How about you guys?
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're going. Me, Basil, and William are going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a blast. Do you guys have a game plan for that already, or are you just going to wing it when you get there?
We're gonna me, Basil, and William are gonna meet at we're gonna meet at Love Park.
Oh, perfect.
And then we'll
Yeah.
probably
Starting spot is-
go up to the Art Museum after that.
Oh, nice. That's going to be great. I'm sure it's going to be jammed down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe early. I would dress warm too. I haven't checked the weather actually.
And I requested Payne, as soon as they won, I requested off work Sunday night, and my job movie tavern had decided to not put me on schedule for Friday, since I requested off.
Oh, that's
They-
perfect. Got to get right on it, right? As soon
They
as
said about 1 million people are supposed to be at the parade.
yeah.
goodness.
There's gonna be a lot of people there.
Yeah. Payne, is Evan and your parents going?
I know Evan. Fortunately, we were able to watch the game with him. He flew in, but I don't think that he'll be flying back in for the parade or anything.
Oh, where's
My
he living?
parents, I'm not sure. I think they just may take the warm inside climate and watch the parade on TV.
Yeah.
Now that's smart thinking.
Yeah,
That is definitely smart thinking.
Yeah. And
no, they've done it too. It's certainly a once in a lifetime experience. You never know what ends up happening again. So got to take advantage of the opportunities that are there too.
Were you
Payne,
down?
would you like to introduce yourself to the listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, I appreciate you guys having me on today. I've certainly been a fan of your guys' show and watching. I certainly am humbled by the previous guests that have been on. I'm certainly not a headline compared to some of the names you've had on here. But for anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Peyton. I've been friends with Will for a long time, since high school. Have a lot of fun memories, just kind of hanging out, going out to eat, talking sports.
Yeah, and watching his lacrosse game.
Yep, I did play lacrosse back in the day. I'm not sure I'm in quite the same shape now, but certainly some fun memories. And Will was always a great supporter of our team. Whenever
Yeah,
team,
I would always say, "Oh yeah," at the football games.
Oh yeah.
exactly
What-
right.
Did you play for
Payne,
the?
how the Payne, tell them all how I used to say, "Oh yeah," tell them.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I mean, short of trademarking it, like you owned, oh yeah, for sure.
The whole student
You
section.
want to trademark that, Will?
I used to have the whole section say that at the football
There
game.
you go, man. You're a leader. You're a leader among men.
Peyton, you used to play football in high school.
I did not really play in high school. I had a very brief career on the freshman football team. Certainly not very high level ball, but I definitely played all growing up. A lot of my family had played football. Parents, uncles, cousins, my little brother, and me. Just some youth football for the most part. But
So
Who did you play for? I'm sorry, Rahul. I'm sorry.
you mostly played lacrosse.
Yes, I did mostly play lacrosse.
What position did you play in lacrosse?
I played, depending on what the familiarity with lacrosse is on the show here, I played kind of a unique position. I played a face-off guy. So that entailed just kind of running out and trying to wrestle for the ball and get possession, and then giving the ball to some of my way more talented teammates to try and get some goals for the team. So a little bit of a role player, but certainly made a little job for myself doing it as well. So it was a lot of fun memories with friends.
Yeah.
What do you do now?
So now I work at a bank. I work in asset management. We do secured lending. So kind of the long story short there is the bank is lending money to others, and we're making sure that we're keeping track of all the risks for the investments that we've made, and making sure that nothing unexpected could really hurt our bottom line there.
Payne, what made you get into finance? Because I know you always talk to me about this stuff. What made you?
I think for me, I think it was kind of a mix of just a fascination. I've always been a math guy growing up, and for me, finance just felt compared to something like that would require a more heavy reading. I always felt like more of a quantitative guy, a guy that likes to work with numbers and think critically and in that way. So I thought that was fascinating. No doubt I was another young teenager inspired by crazy finance movies and kind of portraying a crazy world that's not real. But no, I certainly I've enjoyed it, and for me, there's a lot of opportunity there, and just thought for me it was probably the best fit for me to succeed.
Did you major in math in college, or were you a business major, or how did you swing? Because I know you had to take some upper level calculus courses.
Yes, no, exactly. So actually, interestingly, of my school, I was in the business school. My degree was called quantitative finance. So essentially, it was a lot of business classes. But to your exact point, they definitely jammed a couple extra calculus courses that were some of the more difficult classes I took. So
I know, the curve. The curve.
Now everybody's praying that curve comes out in their favor when the test results are coming back. But you'd be surprised that in some of these classrooms, some of these kids just manage to find a way to score real well. And when that happens, everybody else in the middle of the pack, like maybe I was on some of those exams, that curve doesn't help quite as much. So
yeah. Payne, how did you like when we interviewed Brandon Dudley back in December? Since we're all good friends, you mean him and our friends.
Oh, absolutely. I think he came on and gave you exactly what I would have hoped he was. Some singing mixed into that podcast as well. A very funny guy, and somebody I've been friends with since I was very, very young. So certainly an episode I didn't want to miss, and I think both you guys and Brendan delivered there in a big way.
Yeah,
funny.
Yeah. Basil, Charlie, Rahul, Brendan played football for PV, the one we interviewed in December.
Yeah, he played for
our high school.
He played for whom?
He played football for our high school, Charlie. Brendan, the one we had in December for our interview.
Oh yeah, and what high school did you go to again?
Well, me and Payne and Brendan went to Perkins Valley High School.
Perkiomen Valley. Okay.
Yeah, and Caleb, the one who was also on our show.
Yeah.
We all went to high school. We
Raul
all went to Perkins
So,
Valley. That's where they were.
what do you guys think about this Super Bowl on Sunday?
I thought it was freaking great.
Awesome. It was ecstatic
When Cooper DeJean picked that pass off and ran it back for a touchdown,
on his birthday.
knew they were going to win.
And Jay,
Yeah.
yeah, and
And then AJ Brown scored a touchdown right after.
Devontae Smith scored a touchdown, and so did Jalen Hurts. I can't, yeah, but I don't know. I don't get why the Chiefs were stopping Saquon Barkley from running a lot.
Well,
That was their game plan.
Saquon Barkley didn't have a lot of rushing yards. They were on top of him pretty good. But the problem was that Kansas City's defensive coordinator was in a situation where he wanted to stop Barkley because Barkley was the Eagles' offense, but he also had to be able to pick off the receivers, which they did well. You know,
I think you're exactly right. I mean, just this offense, though, with the amount of stress points that they put on any defense and D coordinator, try to guard, and to stack the box is scary because if Saquon gets to the second level, sayonara, he's good for 80, 90, 99, whatever it is, he can take it. And if you step up and are willing to make those tackles, then on the edges and down the center of the field with Smith and Brown and both of those guys kind of having some deep shots. I didn't agree with that offensive pass interference call. I was a little nervous in the beginning of the game, but I certainly think
that was a cheap call.
It was a cheap call. I will say, they maybe got a make-up call a little bit with that Dallas Goedert high hit that was called. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that was even worse.
But
that was a make-up call.
Yeah, but with the scoreboard, I don't think any fan can sit here and point to a penalty decided this game. I think
got to start it.
No one play ever wins the ball game. It's a series of play that you either you were able to move the ball offensively, and you're also able to stop them defensively. It's a series of plays. If a field goal kicker misses a field goal and everybody rags on him like it's his fault, no, it wasn't his fault. It was all of those guys on the offense that couldn't score when they were inside the red zone, and it was the defense that couldn't stop the team from making the big plays.
Vic Fangio called it good. Called some good defensive plays.
Fangio's fantastic.
Yeah, how about it? Just from just a year or so ago in Miami, and a lot of players down there in Miami, kind of making it sound like Coach Fangio is a little disconnected at this point, and it's probably time for him to be done coaching. And I think it just takes like a certain team culture and a certain group of guys to really hear him and listen and kind of work to make his kind of infamous at this point scheme work at that high of a level. It's very impressive.
If you've ever heard him speak, I heard him speak at a football clinic one time, and when by the time he's done speaking, I was ready to sign up and go to war for him.
No, that's awesome to hear. Now, he's been at it a long time, man.
Yeah.
There's not many snaps or plays he hasn't seen. I certainly imagine a fountain of wisdom from him.
Oh, he is.
And even Kellen Moore called some good plays. And he now he's going to be a head coach in New Orleans.
Yes, I saw that as well. It does feel like that keeps happening to us where, we're traveling to a Super Bowl city, and I'm not sure what Kellen ended up doing, but I know that Gannon didn't even come home on the flight. He ended up just staying in Arizona after the last Super Bowl when he took the Cardinals job. I'm not sure Kellen if he's home or if he was paid or what.
I saw Kellen Moore on Monday when the team came back. I went to the airport and when they came out of the airplane, they hoisted the Lombardi Trophy. So I was over there, and Jeff Lurie and Nick Sirianni, Dom Smolinski, they came near the fence showing the Lombardi Trophy. Even Kellen Moore was there. People were telling Kellen Moore, run it back, run it back, run it back.
No, that's awesome. I've always seen those videos of people going to greet the team at the airport. How did you make that work, Rahul? You just were you just able to kind of read online where to drive and where to
Yeah.
pick up with that plane?
Yeah.
It was a secret place that they were going to land their plane, so that the players could go off and get in their SUVs and whatnot, get there and get up to the get down to the ballpark. But somebody let go with that.
that information, not that secret, I guess.
One of the viewers who's watching, he has a question for you. Are you a PC gamer?
I am not a PC gamer. I will say I haven't played as many video games as I did when I was younger, but I did buy a PlayStation to play the return of college football this year. And I definitely had some fun playing that, and certainly some nostalgia from my childhood doing the Road to Glory and all that jazz with the game, and certainly seeing the actual kids in the game this year with names and likeness and all that. It was pretty cool.
Since pitchers and catchers reported to spring training, what do you think about the Phillies this year?
Man, I won't lie. It's been a heartbreaking couple seasons for the Phillies. Not only heartbreaking because of how much they have and what the upside of that ball club really is, but I will say no different than years past. I think they have as good a shot as anybody to finish the job this year. My one concern is, some of the guys in the lineup. I'm not sure how many more years you get from Schwarber playing well, and it'll be interesting to see what a guy like, honestly, Alec Boehm looks like coming up here. I know last year, a couple months into the season, he was kind of loosely thrown around as an MVP candidate, and then by the end of the year, it was a question of if he's worth starting and come playoff.
He got hurt
a little bit. Yeah. So really, I'm just hoping, with an off season that he's going to be ready to go. And when the bats are hot, that's a tough team to beat. And you saw the pitching they got from their whole staff last year, especially in the starting rotation. So hoping I'm actually going down this March down to Clearwater. So I will get a chance to check it out. I've never been down to spring training. So cool to see.
Yeah. Speaking of baseball, Payne, are you excited for baseball season for the Phillies?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So excited. Especially now that football's over. I keep seeing people say like 203 days till the next football game. So my eyes are certainly on baseball right now.
Do you like the new addition, Max Kepler? They got
yes. He's a guy that's, he's been around a little while. I know he's had some great seasons. As to what to expect from him, I wish I could give you a great answer right now. I don't want to speak above my knowledge on him. I'm not sure exactly what he looked like this past year or two. I'm not sure if you have any insight on him, but
he's not related to Gabe Kapler, is he?
Oh my God! Hopefully not. Right?
No, he's not related to Gabe Kapler. No.
That's pretty funny.
This kid is supposed to be a really good outfielder, and he's got a good glove. And because that's what the Phillies need. I mean, they need somebody that can play a solid in the outfield and has a bat also, that can hit the ball. Because you look at your outfielders, that's where you're looking for your power from, and then, whoever else in the field can do it. I mean, not Bryson.
They should bench. They should bench Rojas and start Max Kepler.
Well, I think that's part of the plan.
Why don't we just go out there and get Mike Trout?
Well, yeah, that's the other thing.
Time for Mike to come home.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I don't know why. There was rumor that Bryce Harper was going to talk Mike Trout into coming back to Philly.
If they just did that, they wouldn't have to worry about anybody. They just have to start getting a good bench together, and they'd be good.
What's that?
Exactly right.
That would be it. That's all they need to do. They would have to spend a ton of money, but they wouldn't have to worry about a thing anymore.
Yeah,
He gets injured.
but yeah, that's just thought.
Injuries are a thing with Mike too.
Yeah, they really are. We have to see if he gets injured again this season.
Who's that? Who's that again?
Mike Trout, he's gotten injured the last three
Oh, yeah.
seasons.
If if anybody's watching, if you have any if you have any question for Peyton, you could comment on the chat box on YouTube. There's someone that he wants to know, would you be willing to try getting into it, playing PC games?
Yeah, no, I definitely would. I really haven't had too much experience with the computer games. I know I've clicked around Minecraft. I know is a super popular game. I remember downloading that as a kid. Trying to think, honestly, some very dated computer games for me. So it would be cool to see what the latest and greatest looks like. I will say I'm just nervous about what that investment might look like, getting up and running with a full gaming PC. I know some people really have some serious setups and some serious financial commitments behind them. So maybe I'll start somewhere.
I remember doing like a couple PC games when I was younger. A couple.
Yeah, I think most of mine was kind of confined to Club Penguin and Webkins when I was young. So I certainly have missed out on a lot of the big games. I've had PlayStation my life. So that's where I played a lot of my video games over there.
I had free PlayStation systems, the 2, the 3, and now the 4.
Ooh, very nice.
There's a person named Zen Mir. He wants to know, how does Peyton like living in New York City?
Zane Mayer. Oh, he's one of our friends from high school, bro. Zane. He's one of people.
Yes, a class act, Zane. And that's a great question from him. I wouldn't expect anything less. And I do really like it up here. I certainly like the balance of it's kind of away from home, and I went to school up this way. Actually, I went to school in Hoboken, New Jersey. So a lot of my friends from school live up this way, and at the same time, kind of being able to go home. It's only a couple-hour train ride for me to get back. So I really love that. But as far as living here goes, I really enjoy the kind of hustle and bustle of it, and great restaurants to eat and a ton of fun things to do. And sometimes it can be surprising, some of the things that come through town. Just a few weeks ago, I went to the rodeo, the PBR, professional bull riding, came into New York City, and they were at at Madison Square Garden, and I went over there and had a really fun time. So you just never know what's coming. I really enjoy all of that. I will say, just based off our previous Phillies conversation, I will say, I know that I'm going to get tired of hearing the name Juan Soto starting this April, but they've certainly been through the end of some bad football seasons. So I'm sure I'm getting ready to hear it here from some of my New York friends.
Where at New York City do you live? Do you live in the city, or do you live out in Queens or Brooklyn?
Yeah, so I live in Manhattan right now.
Okay.
Manhattan for me, just a lot of friends over in Jersey, and also just to be able to get back home train wise. I don't have a car here. I will say it's been a little while since I've driven, but no, just easy commute wise.
And I actually been in New York City twice. I walked through Manhattan before, actually.
No, it's tall buildings.
Is it busy? I heard it's a busy city, right? New York City.
Oh, yeah. Certainly, yeah. It's definitely a bustling town. Time. The saying is "city that never sleeps," which is certainly cheesy, but it is shocking how rare it is to find you walk down the block and you don't pass anybody in any block that you walk down. So, no, it's certainly pretty crowded, but I don't mind it.
Who do you think have a better fan base, Philadelphia or New York?
Oh, I want to be careful. Certainly, where my heart lies in Philadelphia, and I would just say that they're very different towns. I think that a lot of people in Philadelphia are kind of in that born and raised situation where their family's from Philadelphia and they've lived there their whole lives, and these are the teams they support. I think while that certainly exists in New York as well, I think it's a much more transient city. I think a lot of people like me, I'm from Philadelphia, but work opportunities kind of took me up this way, or other people that move from all around the world that come to New York for work and various other reasons. So while the fans are here, I think they're great fans as well. But I don't think that you see the fandom in quite the same way as you do in Philadelphia. It just gets a little more saturated with people that aren't necessarily.
Yeah. And there are some sports fans that are in New York who are Philadelphia's fans, and like people in Philadelphia and outside of Philadelphia who are from New York are New York fans for sports.
No, I definitely think that there's some crossover here. I know in New Jersey there's an argument that there's North Jersey, there's South.
Yeah, like Camden, for example, the people are Philadelphia sports fans and New York fans too as well, I think.
Well, you have
there's a viewer named Connor D. He wants to know what are your thoughts on.
Connor D, our man, our boy.
It's our guy.
He wants to know what's your thought on the 76ers.
I think he's messing with me a little bit. I will say I'm a little out of the loop on the Sixers. At this point, I will say I was pretty hurt when Josh Harris proceeded to purchase the Washington Commanders. And obviously they had a lot of success this year. There's a part of me that believes, that was treason in some ways and a little traitorous to Philly. But I don't know how much room I have to talk. I know there's rumors right now as well of Jeffrey Lurie purchasing the Celtics. So I think that's just kind of the nature of professional sports at this point.
The Sixers should they should fire Daryl Morey, and they should hire he's helping the Commanders. He was with the Golden State Warriors.
An executive? Is he a guy that works in the office?
Yeah.
Like a general manager? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I forget.
I know Rahul, who you're referring to. I'm trying to think of who Washington brought in this year.
But any of these guys, everybody's coaching in that league. They all have their next job. They all have their eyes on their next job. So Kellen Moore, he did a fantastic job this year. He did something that they couldn't get 15 guys to do last year on offense. So they got a good guy. Now, Kellen Moore, he's an offensive man. He's offensive minded. The Saints have been offensive minded over the past decade, like when Sean Payton was there. And, I don't hold a grudge against anybody that goes and coaches somewhere else. They're just trying to make their way through and advance. I mean, like, you have where you work, don't you have the chance to upgrade yourself or to move up?
And you don't hear of many people in any kind of corporate job or anything turning down promotions in that way. Whether internal or external, I think that's kind of the way it rolls around. And I will say, in the Eagles' perspective, it is a lot easier pill to swallow considering they won. They won, and honestly, thank you forever, Kellen Moore, and I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
The Warriors executive who's now with the Commanders, his name is Bob Myers.
Oh, Bob Myers.
Okay.
I think Sixers should replace Morey with Bob Myers. I think Bob Myers would be a good fit, and he could run the Sixers organization. He's the one that drafted Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and built them into a dynasty. So I think Bob Myers should be a Sixers GM.
No, I think you're right. I will say, do you think that they'll be able to attract someone of that caliber?
Yeah, he works with Josh Harris right now, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. Certainly some synergies, it seems.
Yeah.
And that's what coaching is, right? A system of synergy all the way around, all the different coaching staffs.
Yeah.
Guys that come from a different coaching staff and work their way up. I see you scratching your head, Rahul. Go ahead, say something.
Out of all the out of all this fan base for all the cities like Dallas, New York, Boston, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles. Who would you put first?
I certainly will not pick against our hometown for sure. I would definitely say Philadelphia, but I will say that in chances I have had to travel around, I certainly have a respect for some of the smaller towns and communities that really support their team in the NFL, Buffalo and Green Bay, and I think it's really cool to see
Chicago.
Cities like that rally behind their teams too.
Yeah, you got Chicago too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, ton of excitement.
They're crazy nuts about the Bears. You know.
Yeah, no.
And
Bears.
But the Bears were one of the original teams that signed the NFL charter in 1922. So it's something to say. I don't know why I know that information.
It's a good one.
I have a very lonely life, as you can tell. No. All this trivial information.
No, not at all. My friends rip on me for some of the stats I store needlessly in my brain sometimes. But I heard a fun one today. Here's a fun fact: there are 5 players in NFL history that have won a Heisman Trophy, a national championship, and a Super Bowl.
Devontae Smith is one of them.
Yep. So Devontae is kind of who sparked this conversation, and he is the 5th. And prior to him, there are 3 running backs and a defensive player that have done it. The defensive player is Charles Woodson. Not too many of those guys have won the Heisman, so that's an easier one. And then the running backs are Tony Dorsett, Marcus Allen, and Reggie Bush.
Wow. Reggie Bush was the running back with Southern Cal.
Yes. I think he has that trophy back. I can't remember. It's a different era in college football now. So hopefully they got Reggie his trophy back at this point.
And hey, Payne, what did you think of Saquon Barkley winning Player of the Year?
I mean, I think in a different year where you don't have such special seasons from the league's top quarterbacks, I think he would have had as good a case as any for MVP. Certainly just watching where the team went a year ago, especially down the stretch with some of their struggles on that side of the ball, you can see just took them to a completely different level. I think to Charles' point earlier, like you can't guard every blade of grass, and the resources you need to commit to trying to stop him, if you're even able to, opens up so many other things. And I think it's just a testament to, an organization that philosophically is not really invested in that position for a long, not that they never have, but not for a long while. And I think they reaped the dividends of zigging when everyone else was zagging and making that big investment in the back.
And one of the things that the Eagles have, I just forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead, Rahul.
And now since Kellen Moore is going to be head coach in New Orleans, who do you think the next offensive coordinator should be for the Eagles?
Me.
Yeah. You have my endorsement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should it be like should we get like Frank Reich back, or should we hire like Doug Peterson as offensive coordinator?
Well, Doug Peterson has his own team, so
no, he got fired.
He got fired by the Jaguars. Well, he'll pick him up. He's one of those guys that is an excellent coach at what he does. He's an excellent defensive man, and I'm not saying this just pointed at him, but a lot of times guys get hired to be head coaches, after their team has a great year, or the back end of their season is great, and then they fail, or people say they fail. I coached long enough to know that there are people that are excellent coaches at what they do, like line coaches or defensive coaches, but they wouldn't make good head coaches because they don't dabble in all that stuff. I mean, Vic Fangio is an excellent defensive coordinator, and his defense plays great. And the reason they do that is because he's coaching them. Doesn't have to worry about the offense, the defense, the special teams, where they're going to get the buses, what time's the charter coming, none of that. So, some people who quote unquote fail as head coaches, then they go back to where their comfort zone is and goes back to coaching the line or defensive coach or whatever. Guys want to take the plunge, see how, see what happens. But because now they're so quick to pull the trigger on people that if you don't turn a team around in 2 years, that third year you better be on the Super Bowl, or you're going to end up having to find another job.
You still got paid the big bucks though after you win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, if nothing else, it's probably the most attractive job at any level of football, college, NFL. I'm sure that anybody who's sitting at home right now and brainstorming all these creative plays, and my favorite coordinator this year to watch was certainly Penn Johnson out of Detroit. That was one of the most electric offenses I've ever seen from a play calling standpoint.
They were very good.
I imagine there's maybe not to that level, but there's certainly other people out there that are willing to be creative. I think the Eagles are very comfortable in what they do. I don't think that they had the spiciest play calling this year by any means. They didn't need to because of what they did, but I think it would be fun to bring in somebody that's willing to throw some wrinkles in there, especially after we have a year of tape out on it. They throw around Kevin Patullo as the internal name. That would be kind of the chalk hire. But I think, to Rahul's point earlier, Frank Reich, Nick speaks so highly of him, like Frank is family to him. And that's one that almost makes too much sense. I think it'd be easier for him to come back than Doug. Doug won a Super Bowl here. That could be kind of weird in, other ways and was fired here. But Frank Reich feels like he would be a good fit.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was here before. Was he the offensive coordinator or the quarterback coach?
He was the offensive coordinator.
He won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and the Super Bowl, and he got a head coaching job, but he's out there. I mean, you can find and pick him up and put him on your staff if you need to.
And after the Eagle beat the Kansas City Chief, Carson Wentz didn't shake Jalen Hurts' hand or anything. So,
I saw that. That doesn't sound like Carson. I at this point, I wish the guy well, but I hope that's not a true story. But I did see that as well.
Yeah, maybe. I hope not either, because why? I mean, you're playing a game. You're supposed to be. It's a game where one team's going to win and the other team's going to lose. And what's wrong with saying good game?
No, absolutely. No bigger time to set a good example than the Super Bowl.
Yeah. If he has a hard time with Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz, he had his chance to prove himself, and he had his chance, in Philadelphia. So for him to be upset with the other coach, that makes poor sports.
Agreed.
Since everyone's going to the parade on Friday, at all train station, it was crowded. People were there for an hour, and then 6:00. I was at Lansdale train station, waiting for an hour to get a ticket. At 5:30, she closes the door and says, "Whoever is in here will all get tickets." And then at 6:00, she says she has to close the counter, so only this person will get the ticket. And people were arguing. People who were there, they were arguing with her, and then she called the cops and all. So,
oh my goodness,
that's crazy.
And people were telling the cop what she said, and
the cop shot.
So now tomorrow, I think people will be out early in the morning getting train ticket because Friday in the train they're not giving out tickets or anything.
Interesting. That's how, I'm surprised here the tickets are an issue. I know in past years and even back to the Phillies parade, I remember them doing no fare collection those days. Partially potentially just because of the logistics, to your point of trying to get a ticket from everybody.
Yeah, there's
a little overwhelming, but hopefully all is smooth and for you guys going down. I certainly hope for you guys smooth sailing, getting in there, getting out of there, and enjoying it all in between.
I think William got his train ticket for Friday.
Yeah, I did.
Perfect.
I did. I got it already.
Perfect. Proactive. Love it.
Yep.
I'm gonna be going early in the morning before I go to work. Like they open at 5:15, so I'm gonna go get the train ticket and then
head to work.
Get ready for Friday for the parade.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think about people taking down light poles and burning down towers and all?
Well, that's just asinine. I mean, I don't understand how we get these people that want to burn the city down because our one of our teams won the championship. That's just No,
there's going out and having fun, and there's being respectful, and just considerate of the city that everybody everybody lives there, right? So just certainly important to be respectful and mindful of that as well. But these videos, every time they either go to a World Series or Super Bowl, or certainly if they win, the videos that come out of Broad Street never cease to amaze me. I will say, but
me and Basil were there Sunday night. There was lots of people, and it was crazy.
I can't imagine.
People were people were standing on dumpsters and trash and the trash. They were standing on trash thing. The trash truck.
Yeah.
And they broke down light poles and all, and it was crazy.
They climbed the light poles, or didn't they grease them up?
No, they took down the light poles.
Did he took them down?
Yeah,
they took them down, and then they put brand new ones up today.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Or a couple days ago, even.
Hopefully these are a little more slippery than the previous ones.
Yeah, I mean, they look exactly the same. They look like the old-fashioned ones. But you could tell it's like new traffic lights, at least.
They made quick work. I'll give them credit on that.
They really did.
Yeah.
The bus stops are still missing some tops, like the one right at City Hall when facing south. The bus stop doesn't have a top anymore. It was raining today.
No, that's not ideal.
Yeah. That kind of stuff is not, not acceptable.
No.
Do you have any word of advice for the viewers out there, Peyton?
Words of advice. I mean, I on a general level, I just say for me, I'm a guy trying to live, a positive life and try to treat others the way you want to be treated. And, and as far as advice goes, I just think the best thing is treat the people around you kindly, the strangers and your loved ones. And I think it always seems to come back in spades.
Always love them and treat them with respect.
Absolutely. That's right.
William, do you want to do the closing statement?
Yeah, sure thing. Always do. Thank you, everyone, for listening to another episode of Rockin' with Rahul and the Three Amigos. Please be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, click and subscribe to our YouTube channel and listen to us on Friday at 11 p.m. on moncoradio.com. Thank you and have a good night, everyone.
and enjoy the parade. Whoever's going to the parade, enjoy the parade, and don't get too rowdy on Friday.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was nice meeting you.
A pleasure meeting you. Thank you guys so much for having me on. It really has been a pleasure. I've been looking forward to it for a while now, and a ton of fun.
Well, thank you for coming on with us. It was great.
Okay.
Absolutely. Under these circumstances, like I said earlier, right? Go Eagles. Certainly.
Go Eagles.
Yeah.
Let's go Eagles. We won the world championship. We woke up next morning, Monday morning, as world champions of Philadelphia.
Right.
How do you know people that are really from Philadelphia? They say Eagles.
Eagles.
They Eagles. They say the Philadelphia Eagles.
Before we wrap this up, let's all sing the Fly Eagle Fly song.
Yeah.
One more time for the
Fly,
season.
Eagle,
Eagles
fly.
fly
Every week.
on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hit them low, hit them high,
and
watch
watch
our Eagles fly.
fly. Fly, Eagle, fly. On the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S.
Eagles.
Peyton,
So much, guys.
what do you think about the mayor of Philadelphia spelling the Eagles chant wrong?
I think that's pretty funny. I think to Charles' point, I think if her spelling mistake was Iggles, I think they would have forgiven her a little bit more. A little bit more of a Homer spelling mistake there.
Yeah. So.
But all right, guys, thank you so much again. Have a terrific night. Enjoy the parade.
Yeah, and Payne, tell your friend, tell your family I said hello and everything.
Absolutely will, and please do the same from me.
Sounds good. And I enjoyed seeing you at my grad party, and now this being on the show.
Doesn't get any better, right?
Yeah.
Yep. This is it. If you get on this show, you know you've made it.
I think you're exactly right. 100%. A real honor.
Hey, Payne. We should. I was thinking maybe I should get Kyle Zahauer, Eddie Landern, and like Connor D on my show next.
Those are 3.
And I'm trying to get Kevin O'Reilly on my show as well.
Yeah, I think Kevin been on before?
No, he hasn't.
Scheduled maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him on my show. But guess you want to know who's going to be on our show next week?
Who's that?
Addison Hunsaker.
Ooh, that's a great one.
Yeah, I was just speaking to Addison the other
Eagles
day.
and spring training.
Yeah, Payne. I was actually texting Addison Monday 2 days ago.
Oh, that's great. You're gonna enjoy Addison. Very knowledgeable.
He's a big sports fan, Rahul, Basso, and Charlie. He's a big sports fan, Addison, our friend.
That's cool.
Philadelphia sports fan like us.
Yeah.
Yep. Like us.
Okay.
Just
thank you for being a guest on our show.
Have a great night.
You too, Peyton. Nice to meet you.
See you soon, Payne. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, he's off.
See you guys.
All right. And
Charlie, are you going to the parade on Friday with us? How are you feeling now?
I don't know yet. I still don't know if I'm going down there or not.
Yeah, I just remember
Come down, park at my house.
What's that?
If you come down, park at my house. It's not too far.
Okay.
Yeah, Basil, Rahul and I are going to take the train to Philly.
Okay.
Lansdale Transportation Center.
Yeah.
Lansdale train station, yeah.
So, like I said, I will contact Rahul or whomever I have their phone number.
Yeah, and Charlie, you have to get Charlie, if you want to take the train with us, you have to get a train ticket. Somewhere. What's the closest train ticket to you? You can use it for any train station, basically.
Well, right here, Willow Grove, but the bigger one is down here in Glenside.
Okay.
So.
Do you have a key card, Charlie?
Pardon me?
Do you have a key card?
A key card. I have a card that I can get on any one of SEPTA's Philadelphia SEPTA's buses or whatever, because I happen to be over the age.
That's awesome. So you'd be good for the train then.
Yeah. So
that's what Rahul needs.
Hey Basil, what's your phone number, man?
It's 610-299-7006.
Okay. All right. And you have my number, so.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's good. All right. Thank you. And I'll talk to you. Hopefully we can all hang out on Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you feeling a little better, Charlie? More better?
I'm feeling a little bit better, yeah. But I don't know how I'm going to feel, you know. Here's the problem.
Yes.
I've been sleeping a lot. A lot more, like for during the day, which, I haven't slept during the day since I was 4, and I've been having problems with my belly, and I've been having headaches. So that's what's going on with me. I haven't done anything nasty in the toilet or in a trash can. I haven't done anything like that, but I have. Other than that, I just they're the 4 things that I said that was going on with me. So that's what's happening, William.
Oh,
So I'm just letting you know because I if I say I'm not feeling good and it's over a week and you might think I was trying to ditch you. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
I would
understand,
think that way.
Charlie. Yeah, it's understandable that you've been getting a lot of sleep. It's good that you've been getting a lot of sleep during the day.
Thank you. And yeah, and my body's trying to do its job to get me back, back up and running. So I will talk to you. It's just you and me, William, right?
I'm
Everybody
not
else.
here to do. Raul just called me, so I think I'm going to leave now.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Raul's coming to you now.
Okay.
Raul's gonna come.
Maybe I'll see you Friday, Basil.
See you
All right.
Friday.
See you then.
Hopefully see you Friday.
All right,
Charlie.
William, take care, pal.
Let us know by tomorrow.
Okay, doke.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Hope you feel better more by tomorrow, Charlie. See ya.
Thank you.
See ya.
I hope so too.
Let me know by tomorrow how you're feeling and stuff.
I will.
Yeah, I will. Can I talk to you in the evening tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay, talk to you then. See ya.
Did you want to talk to me now?
No, evening time tomorrow about how you're feeling. I'll check in on you.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, William. Thank you.
See ya.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.